This is Dubai. Situated in the southern eastern coast of the Persian Gulf, this city's rise as a tech and innovation powerhouse is no accident. It's driven by bold moves from the UAE government to move beyond oil and spark innovations. But why is this desert city in the Middle East causing so much hype for young creators? How did American TikTok stars, European YouTube creators, and young social media entrepreneurs get the idea of moving to the Middle East? And what is the societal cost of courting expats to a land and a culture that they may know very little about? Global trends like this don't just happen. They are methodical projects brought into existence through political will and economic incentive. With the UAE government's free zones, the country has been able to create vibrant tech hubs, which are the beating heart of its transformation into a global tech powerhouse. In these zones, startups and tech companies find a nurturing ecosystem, and most importantly, heavy tax incentives. There are three major ways for foreign investors and entrepreneurs to take advantage of the lucrative government tax incentives. First, there are the free zones. Dubai's free zones, including prominent ones like Dubai Silicon Oasis and Dubai International Financial Centre, offer compelling tax advantages. Businesses established in these zones benefit from 100% foreign ownership, providing full control to foreign investors. One of the key attractions is the complete exemption from corporate and personal income taxes for an extended period of 50 years. Next, there's the option of the offshore company formation, which helps minimise tax liabilities. Offshore companies are generally exempt from corporate and personal income taxes, making them an appealing choice for investors looking to minimise their tax liabilities. Additionally, there are no restrictions on repatriating profits or capital, providing flexibility and ease of doing business for foreign investors. And lastly, there's the mainland Dubai option, which is what a lot of Western digital nomads go for because, well, there's some serious tax advantages, as well as the allure of living the luxurious Dubai lifestyle. While establishing a company in mainland Dubai requires navigating certain tax implications, it comes with its own set of serious advantages. Companies in the mainland are subject to a 5% corporate tax on profits, which is significantly lower than tax rates in many other jurisdictions. Moreover, businesses operating in sectors strategically important to the UAE's development may benefit from complete tax exemptions. So, with young digital nomads out trotting the globe, making millions on TikTok and YouTube, and not being tethered to a desk like the yesteryear workers of the 80s and 90s, it's no wonder Dubai has become not only a hub for tech, but a hub for those on a mission to make millions before 30. So much so that over 85% of the UAE's population now consists of expatriates, and only 11.5% of the population consists of Emiratis. Dubai's location provides easy access to markets in the Middle East, Africa, and Asia, making it an ideal base for global tech operations. And Dubai ranks highly in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index. A significant number of tech entrepreneurs from countries like the UK, Germany, France, and Sweden have moved to Dubai. They are attracted by the city's growing tech ecosystem, funding opportunities, and a luxurious quality of life. Similarly, American entrepreneurs, particularly from Silicon Valley and New York, are increasingly looking at Dubai as an alternative hub, especially for scaling operations into emerging markets. So, why exactly is the UAE working so hard to court this demographic? Well, because the UAE government is putting into place big plans to ensure that Emirate has a lucrative, prosperous future once all the oil has dried out, which is estimated to occur by 2074. Approximately 50 years from now. Notably, the Dubai Economic Agenda, or D33 as it's known. D33 is a hugely ambitious roadmap for turning Dubai into the top global hub for business and innovation, attracting people from all over the world. The main goal of the D33 initiative is to double the size of Dubai's economy over the next decade, setting a target to reach a GDP of $707 billion by 2033. The initiative has also set a target of attracting over $190 billion in foreign direct investment over the next 10 years, positioning Dubai as a top destination for international investors. Dubai also has plans to increase its foreign trade from $3 trillion to $6.9 trillion by 2033. D33 is also putting serious investment behind developing next-generation innovative industries and emerging sectors, such as digital economy, green energy, and advanced manufacturing to ensure sustainable growth. In the same vein, D33 backs Dubai's vision of becoming one of the smartest cities in the world, leveraging advanced technologies like AI, IoT, and blockchain to enhance urban living. Environmental sustainability is a key component of D33, with projects aimed at promoting green energy, reducing carbon footprint, and ensuring sustainable urban development. Enhancing global connectivity is a core goal of D33, with projects designed to improve air, sea, and land logistics. And lastly, building world-class infrastructure is a key component of Dubai's D33 agenda. The D33 initiative includes significant investments in world-class infrastructure projects to support economic growth and improve the quality of life for residents and visitors. And there's evidence to show much of Dubai's efforts have paid off. The UAE's economy grew by 23 times over the past 50 years. But it's not just the tax incentives that has enticed expats to Dubai's shores. Dubai has also loosened its moral and legal stance on alcohol consumption. Although partially dictated by Sharia law, Dubai has different, let's call them party laws, for Muslim and non-Muslim expats. Let's take the liquor license law for example. Alcohol is sold in Dubai. It is regulated and subject to very specific rules and restrictions. Alcohol can only be purchased and consumed at government licensed venues, such as hotels, bars, restaurants, and clubs. These venues are typically located within hotels or other designated areas. Some high-end restaurants and nightclubs also serve alcohol, but they must be attached to a licensed hotel or club. There are also liquor stores, where residents, including expatriates, can purchase alcohol, but they need to have an alcohol license to do so. The alcohol license is granted only to non-Muslim residents and allows them to buy alcohol for personal consumption at home. To obtain an alcohol license, residents must be over 21 years old, non-Muslim, and have a valid residence permit. The application for the license involves submitting documents such as passport copy, visa, and tenancy contract, along with an annual fee. There are also consumption rules. Public consumption of alcohol, including being intoxicated in public, is illegal and can result in fines or arrest. Alcohol should only be consumed in private or in one of the government licensed venues. Even then, because of Dubai's Islamic influence, there are dry days, where on certain religious holidays and special occasions, alcohol sales may be temporarily suspended and bars and clubs may be closed. In recent years, however, Dubai has relaxed some of its alcohol laws, including the removal of the requirement for an alcohol license for residents in certain cases. This is part of the broader effort to attract more expatriates and tourists to the city. So, with heavy tax incentives and the ease of access to Western amenities like alcohol, there's no wonder American and European digital nomads have found themselves comfortably set up in the deserts of Dubai. But with all of this rapid growth, how is Dubai building infrastructure at the rate in which it needs to accommodate all the new arrivals? Well, as usual, cheap migrant labour. Worker exploitation, particularly in the construction sector, has been a significant issue in Dubai and other parts of the United Arab Emirates. The country's rapid urban development has relied heavily on migrant labour, often from South Asia. The UAE's workforce is composed predominantly of migrant workers, who make up about 90% of the country's population. A significant portion of these workers are employed in construction. Most construction workers in Dubai are from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and the Philippines. The UAE operates under the kafala system, a sponsorship-based system where the worker's visa is tied to their employer. This system can lead to exploitation, as workers often cannot leave their job without the employer's permission, leading to situations akin to forced labour. It has been reported that many construction workers experience significant delays in receiving their wages, sometimes going months without pay. Wages for construction workers are generally very low, often ranging between $200 to $300 per month, despite long working hours. Workers often labour in extreme heat, with temperatures in Dubai regularly exceeding 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Construction workers often work long hours, with some reports indicating shifts of 12 to 14 hours per day, 6 days a week. Despite safety regulations, there are reports of unsafe working conditions leading to accidents and injuries. Many construction workers live in overcrowded labour camps on the outskirts of the city. These camps often have poor sanitation, inadequate facilities, and lack of privacy. Employers often confiscate workers' passports upon their arrival in Dubai, making it difficult for them to leave the country or change jobs. This practice is illegal but still reported to occur. The UAE government has introduced labour law reforms aimed at improving conditions for migrant workers. These include regulations on working hours, wage protection systems, and measures to prevent passport confiscation. Various international human rights organisations, such as Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International, have documented widespread exploitation of migrant workers in Dubai, particularly in the construction sector. Although specific statistics are often not disclosed, there have been reports of high mortality rates among construction workers, particularly due to heat exhaustion, accidents, and inadequate healthcare. Construction boom around Expo 2020 in Dubai brought renewed attention to the treatment of construction workers, leading to some improvements in working conditions due to international scrutiny. While the UAE has made some progress in addressing worker exploitation, significant challenges remain, particularly in the construction sector. A combination of low wages, poor working and living conditions, and the restrictive kafala system continues to pose serious issues for migrant workers in Dubai. During visits to the two largest labour camps in Dubai, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐷 and 𝐶𝐈, Human Rights Watch researchers visited 6 establishments housing construction workers. A typical dwelling was a small room, 12 feet by 9 feet, in which as many as 8 workers lived together. But with the influx of expats and the accompanying labour forces that have been brought in to cater to this demographic, what is happening to the Emirati natives and their underlying Emirati culture? Well, it seems as though some native Emiratis feel abandoned by their own government. The Emirati government has tried to combat these notions by setting up programs focused on Emiratisation. One of the ways in which the UAE has pursued Emiratisation is through a government program called the Marriage Fund. The Marriage Fund allows couples who meet certain criteria to receive a payment of $19,000 from the government to help cover the costs of marriage. The Marriage Fund was created by the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan in 1992 in a bid to help preserve the local population at a time when increasing numbers of foreigners were coming into the country. It aims to provide newlyweds with the financial support to build and support coherent and stable families in the UAE. The criteria to receive payments from the Marriage Fund? First and most important, both husband and wife must be UAE nationals. The man has to be at least 21, while the woman has to be at least 18. Traditionally, the scheme was aimed at lower income Emiratis, though this has since changed, making it more accessible to more Emiratis. So many Emirati men are marrying foreign women that the UAE's Federal National Council is worried about how national identity will be affected. A special committee was formed to look into why mixed marriage was becoming so common, after it was found that more than a quarter of all Emirati marriages in 2014 were mixed. This marriage fund is supposed to encourage marriage between UAE nationals, and there has even been calls to increase the amount of the payment as a more of an incentive. Since the inception of the marriage fund, there have been more than 61,000 recipients who have received more than 1.1 billion. More recently, Dubai has intensified its efforts to prop up native Emirati families. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, launched the Dubai Social Agenda 33 in January of this year, highlighting the theme of family, the foundation of our nation. This $56 billion initiative aims to double the number of Emirati families over the next decade. While it looks like the UAE is effectively initiating plans for long-term financial prosperity, even after the country's lucrative oil wells have run dry, there seems to be some blind spots to this approach, and only time will tell if the UAE can truly sustain important cultural beliefs and norms while balancing the needs, whims, and desires of expats from various cultural and religious backgrounds, all while enforcing the rights of the workers who are continuously utilised to build this emerging empire.